At the end of this video, you will know what are variables and data types in Python. Okay, now I'm in Visual Studio Code and I have created a Python file called app.py. Previously, we have used the print function to display this hello world, but instead of entering directly in between the parentheses, we could create a variable by typing here. So text equal to hello world, which is in double quotes. Variables are containers for storing data values. And this will be our first variable, and let's now display it in the terminal. So print text. Note that you should not include the quotations since it's not a string. Okay, and you get this value. Now let's assign a number to this variable instead of the text. So let's say 9, and then if we print it, you get the number. And again, we will create one more variable with the number, and let's say y is equal to 1. So I want to display the value of x plus y. Comment down what you think the output would be. So now if I save it and run it, I get the value of 91, which is not true. Why? It is because Python consider it as a text. So how to solve this? Either we could give the value as a number without the double quotes, or we could put the variable inside the int function, which converts it to a number. There is also a string function and a float function which converts numbers into decimal values. In Python, we can assign values to multiple variables. Let me show you what I mean. So here, type x, y, z equal to 1, 2, 3. Then, if we print x, y, and z, their respective values would be shown. A key point to note while working with variables is that a value can be assigned to multiple variables, but a variable cannot have multiple values since it shows the latest assignment only. So here, if I give z is equal to 4 and run it again, it shows the same values except z is no longer equals to 3. In programming, data type is an important concept. We have seen that variables can store data of different types. First is the text type, also known as the string, and yes, we have already used it previously in the video. Then we have the numeric type, which consists of int, float, and complex numbers. Int can contain integers and float can include decimal values too. Then we have the sequence type, such as list, tuple, and range. And we will be talking more about this later. We also have a mapping type, which includes dictionaries. With this data type, you can store data in key value pairs. And lastly, we have the Boolean data type, which can only store true or false. So, if we have a certain variable with a certain data type, how do we check its data type? For that, we can use the type function, and in between the parentheses, you should give the variable's name. So now let's save it and run it, and its data type can be seen here. That's all in this video. In the next video, we will be looking more about booleans and operators.